Hey everybody, my name is Kimberly and I am so glad that you are here. You push play because you have an all-inclusive vacation coming up and I am so excited to be part of your whole planning process. I made 3 videos that are going to help ensure that you have absolutely everything you need to have a relaxing trip with nothing to worry about. This video is all about sort of the miscellaneous, the extras. But I have a video all on clothing and one on toiletries and pharmacy, so please make sure that you check those out. And in the comments, please tell me, where are you going? If you haven't had a chance to do that on my other videos, I would love to know where you are going, what you are celebrating, and just be able to share in all of your anticipation. So today's video is really focusing on all of the extras, the things that don't really fit into the clothing category or the toiletry category, but are still really great to have. So grab your pencil and paper, open your app, and let's get your master list completed. All right, I'm gonna start with a beach bag. Now, a lot of resorts will provide a beach bag for you to use during your stay. However, I generally do not find them to be the most user-friendly. I like to have something that has a zipper. I like something with some compartments inside. And I also am not a big fan of having the same beach bag as everybody else. I just think it can lead to confusion or, someone could pick it up by accident. I just prefer to have my own that stands out and that zips closed. I love the Scout Day Tripper. That one has been going with me for a while. And one of the things that I do love most about that one is that it will lay completely flat. It's almost like it's not there in one half of my carry-on suitcase. And so it's very easy to take along. Now, you also could use your beach bag as your personal item. And that is something that I actually did for years, and that worked out really well. Let's talk about what's inside the beach bag, right? It's gonna be full of everything that you need throughout your day. So the first thing is going to be maybe visors, ball cap, a hat. Definitely need that sun protection, right? I love my wide brim hat, and I also love the hat clip that I have that ensures, like, if I'm not wearing the hat, that it's not blowing away. So check out a picture of it here. It's fantastic. So a hat clip can be helpful if you have a larger beach hat, but of course, visors, ball caps, those will fit easily in your beach bag. You definitely need sunglasses, and I highly recommend that you take more than one pair. Just in case a pair breaks or gets lost, you have a backup and you're not heading to the gift shop to spend hundreds of dollars on something you didn't plan for. Another thing I really love to have in my beach bag is a wristlet. Something that can fit my phone, my tip money, my room key, lipstick, or something like that. That way, if I need to run back to the room for something, or I, just want to run up to the bar, I don't need to lug my whole entire beach bag with me. I can leave that at my loungers and just take those important items easily with me. You probably have your earbuds from the plane anyway, but you may want to throw those in your beach bag for during the day if you like to listen to music or podcast or something while you are relaxing. The last thing you want to do is to subject anyone around you to listening to what you're listening to, no matter how quiet you think it is. I promise you that it is not. And in fact, a lot of resorts have policies and rules against this. And I'm sorry, even if you ask someone near you, is this bothering you? People are not looking for confrontation on vacation. They're likely not going to speak up. So use your earbuds just to ensure that you are not bothering anyone else. Okay, you probably see a lot of discussion about insulated cups and taking those with you, and I highly recommend it. However, what I recommend most is an insulated bottle. And the reason I recommend this is because it is perfect for water. So something that you can throw in the beach bag that as easily as you would a plastic bottle of water, but that insulated bottle is going to ensure that it stays cold. It's going to ensure that you're not being wasteful. And hopefully it's going to mean that you are staying focused on hydration. Now, if you want to take something for your cocktails, something really not bigger than 20 ounces would be my recommendation. I see people with larger ones. I see people on fan pages say that they wish they hadn't taken such a large cup. And I really find that our 20-ounce Yetis are perfect for taking along with us to keep our cocktails cold. Now, you may want to take something to clean these out. I love this tip. I saw this tip a while ago on a fan page. It's genius. You take a sponge, just your normal dishwashing blue sponge, and take some dish soap and just sort of splatter it over top, let it completely dry, then cut it into 6 pieces or so and put it in a Ziploc bag. And then you can easily clean out your cups each evening. I mean, I think that's brilliant. It might be a tad extra, but I'm here for it, as you all know. If you are a reader like me, then you are going to want to make sure that you have a couple of paperbacks with you, or maybe your Kindle reader is loaded up, because there is nothing better than reading by the pool or the beach. It is just so relaxing. And if you have a favorite beach read, something you've enjoyed, please put it in the comments below. I am always looking to add to my list. I'll share a couple of my favorites. The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren had me laughing out loud. It's such a cute story. And then of course, anything by Frida McFadden, if you're into thrillers. I think I read The Housemaid in a single day of lounging. It was just such a page turner. So again, share your favorites with me. I would love to know what you enjoyed reading. Okay, I always take towel clips with me. And yes, I definitely use them to hold the towel on the top of my lounger, but I also find that I use them for a million other reasons. If the resort has a bolly bed with curtains, they can be really helpful to hold them back. I've used them in the room to hang up things that are drying, and just various reasons. So towel clips are a pretty invaluable and very cheap item to take along with you that I know you'll get a lot of use out of. All right, moving on. I really would suggest having a wireless charger in your beach bag, just so that you can charge your phone if it's starting to get a little low. Resorts, mostly these days are requiring you to use apps for menus. You may be listening to music on your headphones. Whatever it may be, it could save you from a trip to the room. That way you can just charge it throughout the day and you are good to go. All right. I'm also going to suggest a small fan, especially if you are going in the summer months, which we do. We love the heat and humidity, but there are certainly times where we can be on our loungers and there just isn't a whole lot of breeze. So that small fan can do so much for helping us stay cool and comfortable. So if you are going in the very hot months, it is definitely something that I would suggest. And then lastly, for sort of your beach bag, could be a personal float. Now, you definitely want to check out the resort that you're going to. Not all resorts allow personal floats. If your resort does, I highly recommend the hammock style. We love these because they are so versatile. They're just easier to carry around. You can still lay out in them completely, or you can just kind of hold them and lean over them. You can use them like a chair. Like, they're really the best, and it's catching on because that is mainly what I am seeing people use at resorts. And you can grab a 3-pack of them on Amazon for pretty cheap. So definitely my recommendation if your resort allows personal floats. All right, let's talk about jewelry for a moment. Now, of course, it is up to you to take whatever you would like to take. I personally do not take my wedding rings. I mean, yes, of course they are insured, but I just find it easier to leave those at home. During the day, I just wear a silicone wedding ring. And then in the evening, I've just invested in some decent fakes. Now, a lot of people will do exactly what I've just said, but then there are certainly a lot of people that are not willing to leave those at home. So that is up to you, but a suggestion that I wanted to put out there. I do suggest any other type of jewelry of value that you do leave at home. Just a few weeks ago on a fan page, a woman was begging for people to help if they were there. She had lost her diamond tennis bracelet on the beach, and my heart hurts for her. I'm sure that that was a precious gift to her. I'm sure the value of that, item was quite high, but it just happens between the sweat and the sunscreen and everything else. I just suggest leaving those high value items at home for this trip. So while nobody wants a washout rain day on their vacation, you are going to a tropical environment, so I always suggest that you go prepared. Now, you might want cards or your favorite dice game or something like that, even if it's beautiful and sunny out. But I would highly suggest having something like that in case it rains. I would say, load up your device with downloaded movies or TV shows. And of course, if you use a VPN, that can really ensure that you can stream anything that you would normally stream at home, no matter which country you are in. Now, I hope that you'll have beautiful sunshine and perfect weather every single day, but do think about what you might want to take with you in case there is rain. Now, most resorts will provide an umbrella for you in the room, so no need to worry about that. But I would also go back to my clothing video and think about having some things that you can wear with regular underclothes that are still casual, but in case you don't want to be in your swimsuit on a rain day. All right, moving on, let's talk about some items you might want in the room. So you've had a beautiful day, that weather was perfect, you met lots of friends at the swim up bar, you read several chapters of your book, and it was just the most perfect day, right? So you're headed back to the room. Like I said in the clothing video, you may want to consider having some clothes to lounge in. You may want a personal speaker at that point too. We love to listen to music, while we're getting ready to go out in the evening. So a personal speaker can be great to have. Some resorts will have a Bluetooth speaker for you to use in the room. You'll also want to make sure that you have chargers for all of your devices, that you have extra long charging cords, because the placement of the outlets is not always the most convenient. And then I would also recommend, especially if you have a lot of items to charge, that you are taking a multi-outlet plug. I always find that to be useful. All right, let's talk about the evening. Ladies, you're definitely going to want a wristlet or clutch, something that you, once again, can keep your phone, some tip money, your lipstick, your key card, that sort of thing. I try to take just one that matches all of my outfits. And I've been using this one from Amazon forever, and it's starting to get worn out, but it really is the perfect size for me, and it matches everything. So I will link that and lots of the other things that I mentioned below for you in case you are looking for something as versatile as this one is. Okay, I'm going to go back to shoes for women. I did not elaborate on shoes in my clothing video, and there's an important point that I want to make. Now, ladies, wedges, chunk heels, those are going to work very well, but I would just warn against anything with too thin of a heel, because you're likely going to be encountering marble floors or wooden slatted walkways. So something a little more sturdy is definitely your better bet. However, your feet can swell from the extra sodium, the alcohol, the heat. So I definitely want to ensure that you are taking a flat pair of dress sandals in the evening, something that is going to be comfortable no matter what, something versatile that matches all of your outfits. So just, pack the flats too. I love to wear my wedges every single night, but there are just nights or times where that is not worth it, right? It's not worth the pain. So make sure you are throwing a cute pair of flat sandals in your bag as well. Okay, once you are back to the room, you may want a sleep mask, and you may also want a sound machine. Now, you certainly could download an app on your phone or your iPad, but they also make these cute little tiny travel sound machines. I don't use one myself, but I do see people mention them quite often on fan pages. Sometimes it can be a little loud. Maybe you're turning in early and people are still passing by your room. Maybe there's still some entertainment going on outside. So a sound machine can just help drown those sounds out a little so that you can get your sleep and get up and see that sunrise in the morning, right? Okay, let's talk tips. You are going to want to make sure that you are taking plenty of 1s and 5s, and you're going to want to make sure that those are in really good condition. Now, I also love to take little bags filled with candy that I tuck my tips inside, and I have learned this genius tip from Memories and Mojitos, They do the best daily vlogs of their trip, so I highly recommend you check them out if you haven't. You will see in almost all of their videos where they are handing over tips along with little bags of candy, and I've completely taken that tip from her, and I find that this just makes the staff so happy, right? A little candy to get them through the day, or many have told me, oh, I can't wait to take this home and give it to my son or my daughter. So it's just something to give that extra thanks. And speaking of extra thanks, you may also want to take a couple of note cards with you. So often there is that staff member that goes above and beyond for you, that you would like to leave a little extra tip for, that you would like to write a personal note of thanks. So I always make sure that we have a few note cards with us as well. Okay, 2 last random things to leave you with in this miscellaneous video. The first one is making sure that you have Ziploc bags. So I take quart bags and gallon bags, and I could give so many examples of how these have been useful to me over our many trips. But the most common way that I use the larger Ziploc bag is for those bathing suits that might still be a little damp when it's time to pack up and go home. So I almost always need a gallon size Ziploc for that. And then the smaller ones, it's all sorts of things, double bagging stuff. Maybe something did leak on the way a little bit, so I need that fresh Ziploc to get home. I actually used one of the quart bags just last week when I was traveling. There is this little market in the Cancun airport that has the most amazing potato chips, and I am just completely weak. I have to have them. But the bag completely ripped down the side. So I was really glad that I was able to put the rest of the chips in the quart bag and snack on them. I did bring Scott a few. He wasn't with me for that trip, and I did save him some. It was not easy. But my point is, there are always reasons to need Ziploc bags. And I've actually started just throwing a couple binder clips in as well. That way, if you do get an airport snack and you aren't eating it all, you have something to close it up. So, ending with that last little extra suggestion, I think you are good to go. You have everything down on your list. You are gonna have the most amazing trip. If there's anything that you can think of that I should have added to this, please put that down in the comments for other viewers. And for me, of course, my list is ever evolving. Thank you so much for being here. Safe travels.